Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron Millennium in Nigeria. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, I was going to say we fixed the economy. That's not actually true. We've gotten the, I don't even know what you want to call it, but we have economic boom, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. But we are currently still, $855 billion in debt. With a 10% interest rate, which is terrible. That's really, really bad. We had to get bailed out by two separate countries in order to stay afloat. And I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen now, right? No, it's all smooth sailings from this point onwards. Okay, so the civilian industry from Japan will be done in 260 days. We don't need any more bailouts from you right now. We're not going to get any bailouts from the IMF. UK is 42.76% influence. China's got 20.83%. Everyone else is pretty negligible. We don't really care about American influence or Paraguay for that matter. Right now, we're kind of fine. I would like to maybe attack probably British influence would be my first guess. Or startup money required. What does this give us? The small business owners like us more. Or a lot of people don't like us. That's fine. I don't have money to give you. Zambia? Why is Zambia at war? They're not at war. They just want a non-aggression pact. Okay. I mean, sure, buddy. I don't see why not. Like infantry organization recovery. Give me more organization. It's actually just +3 as well, which is I'm gonna take it. I will take it. So negative 43 political power. We're getting 2.56 per day. You're going to give us an extra 10% once we cut out the waste. And then after that point, like, weren't all of you pretty good? Economic autonomy was pretty nice. Piracy and militia was also pretty nice. More political power gain. Foreign grants? Like, maybe we look towards the EU and see if they'll give me some cash. I mean, it could be useful. It could be useful. Okay, so you'll be done in 26 days. That will unlock simplified government processes, which is another 10%. What are we taking penalties for right now? We're getting a negative 20% from piracy. So I really actually, we do need to fix this, which requires us then to get to reform the economic department. Fix our piracy issue. The Togo Triangle has high police intelligence spending. We restrain piracy. I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice. Stabilize the region for more political power. Building slots is kind of complete ass. Population crisis is also meaningful, right? We lose population, or we don't gain as much population. That's completely okay. I'm not worried about that at all. UK attacks for independence. Britain. You've actually lost points here. How many points do we have? We have 21.88%. We're actually the third most influential country in Nigeria. Probably not great. I will say that. But we need to attack British influence. I mean, it's 125, but it affects us by 5%. Versus just, additional expense 0.1%. National support goes up. Stability goes down. We do just gain a flat 10%. Oh, so is it 0.1% of GDP forever? Like, that doesn't actually have a time limit on that, which scares me a little bit. Let's reform the economic department next. Maybe it's not a great thing. GDP of 1 trillion. What is my GDP? How close are we to unlocking a third research slot? GDP right now is at $609 billion. We're currently at only negative 3.77. That is not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. You want to increase tax rate? Like, just a little bit? Just like a little, like 1%? It will reduce our stability more. How about 1% stability? Go from 8.3 to 8.7. I mean, that seems pretty good. I would trade 5% stability for an extra 5% tax rate. That seems more than reasonable. Also, Nigeria. We currently have a severe threat of terror. That seems bad. We could launch an airstrike. It's 3465. You know what? Let's do one training operation. Let's not bomb them quite yet. We give them a little bit more time. Army. What do you do? Industrial projects. Civilian construction. So we get 0.1 GDP. We build civilian factories a lot faster. Okay. Okay. Well, right now we're building one civilian factory. I do want to get more offices going. Again, everything kind of just gets built in Abdujia, just because that's our capital. We get the highest construction speed. And with 45 building slots, why would I ever build... It's actually got 56. Why would I ever build anything anywhere else? Because does the amount of buildings in a province matter? I don't know. I don't actually know if that means anything. Fund de-radicalization. I mean, radicalization right now, it's still on low. We could just take it anyway. It's 4 points. Social costs goes up by 10% for 30 for a month. I don't really know if it's that bad, honestly. Like, that seems pretty manageable. Okay, give me another 1% to the population tax rate. We're almost below 3. How many points does this cost? It's 60 per click. Right now we're getting 2.5. We'll fix a little bit once we get rid of this piracy issue. That's a 20% debuff. Because base value is 2. And with all of our modifiers, we're only getting a 2.5 is not great. 15 days. My 15 will mean 25, but don't worry about the math that much. Do we have anything in here that we care about? Recognize Laurent Gadot's government, which is you, the Front Populaire Ivrin. Well, who's the actual? I'm guessing you're like the legitimate government of the Ivory Coast. I don't really know who's considered the the legitimate government. Literacy rate, because you just have the default flag. I mean, they like us more. You know what? Let's recognize their government. We'll send 25 points on you. We're gonna say that you are the legitimate government of the country. Does that give me any influence here? We have 0.54, so the answer is like, not really. Let's sign a non-aggression pact. Why not? Just to show that we're on friendly terms. Okay, Turkey and Bahrain are having some sort of meeting. Okay. 0.88% here. How are things going in Benin? We have 22.69%. We actually have more influence in Benin than we do in Nigeria. That's probably not the greatest thing ever. Well, I guess maybe actually I defaulted recognizing your government, military junta. Because what am I? We're conservative, right? We are conservative. Recognizes rival government. And then we recognize their government. Non-aggression pact. We have 0.54 influence here. We have 0.31. I have technically a little bit more sway. Actually got more sway with the Ivorian new forces. But I don't think I'm actually allowed to recognize those guys. So what can we do? Okay, form an economic departments. Let's deal with one level of piracy here. And for us to actually fix it, we need to get up to high level security. High police spending. How expensive? Because right now we're minimum. We need to get up to here. Which again causes political power. And will also cost us about $1.3 billion per every week. I don't have that kind of money right now. Like, maybe one day in the future? Maybe one day in the future we can have that cash. Right now, I definitely don't, okay? Okay, people are still joining extremist groups. They can go until war has come to an end. A small fish in a big pond. The oligarchs can like us more. What's their penalty? Civilian construction speed. The cost to change corruption. I mean, it would be nice to get rid of more of this. And you give me what? Stability, consumer goods. Or I just get everyone to like me more for one level of corruption. That just seems like a bad choice. I guess we'll just say that's business, baby. So have you changed in price? Yeah, 435. I think before you were 585, so I'll take it. But now it's a plus 25% penalty instead of plus 30%. Volunteer service. Anything we can't. I mean, 218 political power. Again, we could just raise taxes more. I mean, we're at 70% stability. Our stability is looking quite nice. And we're going to be getting actually another 5% off of this. So this is, I can basically just go up to like 25%. Negative 1.69. We almost have a balanced budget. We're like this close. And then we can start spending more money. I think that would be fun. We can do more investments. Because how much do we make investments right now? Like 0.049. I will say that's not incredible. Additional income, resource, exports. We make 1 billion off of petroleum. Do I have like no other resources? I mean, we do. We have rubber as well. Do we just like not make any money off of the rubber trade? Like, I guess not. Corporate tax. Give me the 25. Making $11 billion off of you. We're at negative 1.27. What's our interest at? 11.4%. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be. I can tell you that with 100% confidence. It's not as bad as it used to be. I mean, you could try to launch the airstrike. Dude, let's just keep doing more training. Because it seems like the more training we have, the more likely this is to succeed. And the less likely we are to actually bomb civilians. Okay, school's out. 3% literacy rate. I'm happy about that. So everything costs so much money. Have you noticed that? Oh, we're underneath $1 billion now. Excellent. But once we can maybe start paying off debts, we can start reducing this interest. I think that would be really, really nice. GDP per 10,000. What's my GDP per capita right now? 4.7k. Japan. This is foreign infrastructure. Again, for infrastructure, it just doesn't make sense to me. Also, the Congo is just declared war in Rwanda. Sure, why not? Didn't it used to be a Rwandan puppet state? I mean, 11 to 22, 5 to 13. I think Rwanda could very easily defeat Congo. The Rally for Congolese Democracy. Apparently, they don't even get like a real name. Oh, Rwanda actually declared war in Uganda. They're fucking going off. I mean, sure. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I can't really stop you. I don't know what Rwanda's plan is. Can they defeat Uganda and the Congo? I don't see how they could possibly get that done. Unless the Congo just goes into such deep debt. What's your interest rate? 29.4%. That's absurd. Is it 50% when the Civil War happens? I could have sworn there was like some number where I think it was 50 where a civil war can break out. You're at 18.1%. Rwanda is at 8.2. You know, Rwanda's actually doing pretty well for itself. But I mean, it's a very small country fighting two much larger countries. You know what? Let's take these foreign grants. They might lower our independence a little bit. But those are short-term costs for long-term benefits. 0.5%. Fantastic. We're currently getting 2.3 political power per day. And once you're finished, I mean, they might not say yes. I mean, the UK might say yes. France and Germany. I mean, if you could just give me a combined $900 billion, I'd be pretty happy with that, to be quite honest with you. And again, our stability is looking, it still looks so good. Why would I not just keep boosting my tax rate? And then corporate tax, it affected it wasn't war, it was civilian goods, right? Because right now civilian goods are at 27%. How much would we even get off of this? Give me like 1 more percent points. Okay, so the corporate tax, it's 10% plus the tax rate. Okay. We almost have a balanced budget. Like we're so close. And if we can get grants that reduce our debt and we pay less interest, oh, then the sky is the limit. The sky is the goddamn limit, man. We're gonna go off. I mean, we still only have one civilian factory, or one military factory currently still making rifles from 1975, but like that's okay. We actually need some IF. I mean, we actually need a lot of stuff. We need some main battle tanks. So, you know, let's at least have these. Are you main battle tanks or armor reconnaissance? Oh, I don't have a cannon to put on the tanks. That's pretty impressive, honestly. We need so many things too. APC, man pads. Are you an APC? No, you're an APC. We need man pads, which is you. Self-propelled AA, which I believe is you. And main battle tanks, which again we can't build because we don't actually have the. We don't have tanks. Like we don't have the tank cannon research. And on top of that, we also need a bunch of aircraft. And apparently, do I have no planes at? Do I not have aircraft researched? Is that a? We don't. We don't have planes researched. I mean, that's fantastic, by the way. I'm very, very happy. Basic health clinic thing. I can't really afford that right now. What we need to do is we need to actually deal with our religious issues. Get our way down towards tolerance. And go down the land of harmony. And I think it's best if we go down Christian theology, ban Sharia law, then go to tolerance. That seems like the fastest way to get there. France has rejected our bailout request. Well, fuck you too, France. One of the three have to say yes. Right? Like, one of them has to. Probably. I mean, I would. We're at 35.65. Oh, is this only like a limited time? Because this used to be 38.62. And I don't want to take a 3-to-1 split. That just seems like it's not actually going to work out in my favor. So 24 days, we'll have another civilian factory in the south. We're almost positive. Give me another tax rate. You know what? Give me... Just crank that tax rate up. And look at that. We are actually making money. How do I pay off the debt? Interest rate 10.5. Oh, right click to pay that down. Okay. And that's, we go from 1.6 on interest to, you know, maybe only 4 billion out of 890. Maybe it doesn't actually make any effect on this number, just because this is so large. Right now we're making $1 billion a week. I mean, that seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. Okay, terror threat is increasing. That's pretty bad. Okay. The Afghan Northern Alliance is one. Okay, so you've actually defeated the Taliban then. Does your name change to just Afghanistan, or do you just stay as the, just labeled as the Northern Alliance? Okay, American University been renovated. That's cool, I guess. I don't know if I care about it too much. And again, we are slowly siding towards Christianity, which is fine. And then we do tolerance. This will prevent anybody from uprising. We also get 5% stability off of this, which honestly means a 5% tax rate increase. We separate church and state, which gives us political power gain and more stability. And then Land of Harmony, which gives us even more political power and more stability. And that all seems quite nice. And I guess we can still... we can still take all of these focuses up here. I mean, all this does is replace which way we're leaning. That's really about it. So these don't do anything really on their own. Turkey's declared war on Syria. Sure, why not? Does that mean that you're... No, you're already in NATO. Which means I think the entirety of NATO is going to be at war with Syria very, very soon. Okay. The Britain trade delegation drives at the capital. How much? What are we at? We're at 18.4. We need to fix our independence a little bit. We need to combat foreign influence. Actually, combat British influence. It's 60 days on this. 18.41. Hopefully, we get to at least back to 20%. That would be ideal. Like, and I don't really know what the number actually does. Foreign influence multiplier 15%. Like, I know it allows them to take these decisions. Like, they can manipulate our politics, or they can attempt a coup if they have like enough influence in the country. So I guess that's also a good reason not to have them, not to have other people have too much influence. But what's actually the... How much do you need for a coup? 200 political power. We need to be in the top 3 influencers and have more than 30% influence. So theoretically, the British could launch a coup in Nigeria. That's not impossible at the moment. But what I think is also very possible is for us to end off this episode. So thank you for watching. My name is Anthony. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not enjoying, click thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.